Alright, what's up guys? Lil Bones Leo here. So today we're going to put the fender on the truck. As you can remember from yesterday, we got this guy done. And I got the truck pulled in, so we're going to go ahead and tear that out, put the new one on, put a new headlight in, and go from there. Alright guys, so this is the old fender. As you can tell, there's quite a bit of damage to it. It's all caved in, so we're going to put the new fender on. Also got new headlights, so we can finally take the duct tape off of there. And it's a little before and after for you. On the plus side is the top of this fender is in great shape, whereas the one I'm putting on, it's all mangled. So it's going to be the downside to it, but at least it won't have this giant concave dent in it anymore, and we'll have a good fender. Start by taking this weather stripping off of here very carefully, because we need to get to these bolts that lay underneath it. And I may not take this off yet until I get the fender all the way off. This fender mounting bracket, it's got to come off, and some bolts in the door and then down below as well. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is get this headlight out. Just pop these off. They're just little quick ties for it basically. And we'll just set those down. This light comes out. We'll get the duct tape off the fender. This is going to help us get in there to find all the bolts we need to take out. We'll go ahead and unplug the light. These just pop right off of here. Kind of hard to do one-handed, but I still pulled it off. And we got some inner fender bolts we got to get out in order to get this off of here. So we have the headlight housing out, which will make it a hell of a lot easier to get this fender off. And then we'll start tearing these bolts out of here. So we got one here, it looks like a 13. A bunch of 13s going up. And since these are related, even though the bracket seems to be fairly loose, I'm going to go ahead and loosen these two as well. It is a 13 mil if you are working on a Chevy Silverado for most of the bolts on this thing. And so I didn't end up taking it off, but I wanted it to where if I need to manipulate this in any way, it's already loose. So it isn't going to cause me any problems down the road. Two that are going to be real hard to get to are going to be these guys with the box wrench. So I'm actually going to go grab a 13mm socket with a ratchet to get those guys out of there. Alright guys, so 13mm deep well fits very well with enough clearance on it. So we'll go ahead and back these guys out of here. Alright guys, there's two door fender bolts. There's one up here, big old 13, and all the way down here there's another 13. So I've used two 6" 3/8 extensions plus my deep well. Gives me ample room to get in there and turn these without too much difficulty. Just remember, the longer the extension, the more force needs to be exerted in order to break them free. And I'm doing it left-handed while holding the camera. So, you should easily be able to get them off. And we're just going to pop them free and take them out of there. Alright, so we removed those relatively easy. And then there's two down on the bottom, and then we have them in the front of the fender as well. And underneath, we're going to take this guy out of here, another 13.
Yeah.
And one in the front of the fender up in there. I might have to take the whole fender well out, which I was kind of hoping not to have to do. Which I still might not have to take all this out. So fingers crossed. But if I do, it's not terrible. And we have one more we got to get off here, guys. It's a 13 up in this area. So Get our wrenchy on. Alright, so I really wanted to avoid having to take the inner fender liner off, but it didn't work out that way, guys, so ended up having to take it out anyways. The only reason I don't like taking them out is because they come with little plastic clips, and every single one breaks every freaking time you take those out. So with that out, we got some bolts on the top for this fender that need to come out of here. And it looks like there's one here. And that's almost it. Just trying to see what else could be snagging her. I don't see much of anything else really holding it on. The whole thing's moving now. Alright, so I did have to pull the air box out, which is real easy. And there's some screws underneath here. There's one here, one was in. Got one up there. Hopefully I don't have to take out this entire lower tray over here to get it off, but if I do, that's what I have to do. So alright guys, so a little more extensive. Coolant reservoir had to come out. This bracket also has to come out, unfortunately. I got these little guys right here, and they all came from the top of this bracket area. And now I'm going to take all those bracket bolts out, pull this out. Alright guys, so got her off of there. I kind of like the pre-runner look. Almost makes me not want to put a fender back in it. But yeah, damn. If I knew it was going to be like that, I should have just done my shocks when I did the fender. So yeah, basically I unbolt the hood latch, this bracket, another bracket that went over that, and just a basic bolt. So it's a lot more work than your average freaking Honda Civic, but you know, it worked out. Everything's out, so we're gonna go grab the new one, and we're gonna have to transfer some clips and stuff to it, but there's the old one. And here we're gonna grab the new fender and find out what we need to transfer in order to make it work. So let's get this guy around. Alright guys, so kind of just test fitted the new fender. Color match isn't perfect, but there again, I'm not a auto body shop with a taped off room, spray guns, the whole nine, a baking room and all that. Pretty damn close though for a rattle can job. So in any kind of distance, you can't even tell. So yeah, that's kind of the plus side to it. I'm having some difficulty getting the hood bolts back in, especially the one way back in there. It is a complete biatch. Not bad. It ended up being a lot better than I thought. I'm going to do a little touch up right here on the black spot, because that was the spot that was hanging closest to the ground. So a little bit of pewter to top that off with, and clear coat it again. And shabam. So yeah, I'm like 5 feet away. You can't even tell. I mean, I can because I'm a perfectionist, but you know, your average Joe wouldn't even be able to tell that that's an aftermarket fender. Alright guys, got the fender put back on. Everything's bolted up, done deal. I just have to tighten this nut up here and then put my fender well in, which I need plastic clips for. But that's pretty much it. Brand new headlights in. It's all buttoned up and we're good to go. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.
Don't feel fucking at me. Don't feel fucking at me.